Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Larissa Reserve has hosted several moments in which their tenants have relished in for more than 30 years. However, are yet in both domestic and nationwide cup football, yet to go beyond the 7th round. The last time the Eagles flew into tonight's knockout phase of the cup, they were knocked out by an Italian-based club from the northern parts of Melbourne, who have a former Socceroo maturing like fine wine as their main man up top. For a standalone clash, live and exclusive on the Football Victoria YouTube channel, will be a case of deja vu and a repeat of their meeting in 2024, where tonight's visitors prevailed, or will the hosts become the third VPL1 based side remaining in the New Balance Dockerty Cup? Live and free on the Football Victoria YouTube channel. It's the North Sunshine Eagles against Australian Championship Foundation Club members Avondale FC. My name is Adam Palombi. Beside me this evening from the Gantry is Alex Stojanovski. Alex, you've been pretty well acquainted with tonight's home side. Can they cause another cup set?
It's going to be an absolute match to behold, I think, Adam, and anything is possible. Cup sets, we've seen it happen before, and I can't see why it can't happen tonight. I'm looking forward to this one, as we're almost at kick-off time. It's 7:45 p.m, we're just a minute off. But I'll run us through North Sunshine's lineup for tonight. In goals, Rory Bryan, number 1. And you got at left back, we've got Ruben De Silva. At right back, we've got Julian Barras. We've got centre back, Hayden Tennant and Aidan Olds. In midfield, we've got Quarantine Charvet, Nick Epifano, Orbero Eze, Khan Alabol, and then Dion Mutari and Adam Adovich also rounding the lineup for the North Sunshine Eagles.
As for La Familia, Bruno Fornaroli makes his way to the bench. In his place, we'll disclose in a little while, considering we have to run through their starting lineup. In goals is Jack Gibson, Blake Carpenter and Alvin Wellsmore make up the fullbacks, with Patrick Flottman and Murphy Bennett. The centre-back partnership, Yusei Towns, Christian Trachevsky and Max Green are in the engine room. Sita Mirai, Stefan Valentini and George Ott complete the lineup in attack. Under floodlights in Melbourne's north, the pitch looking rather pristine. North Sunshine, although being nonchalant midweek regarding tonight's cup clash, Alex, from my assumption, have certainly come here to take it to Avondale tonight.
I definitely agree, and everything has set up for an absolute belter for tonight. We've got the floodlights all around the ground, and North Sunshine kicking from your left to right, if you are wondering, and you've got Avondale kicked off from your right to left. North Sunshine bringing in some fresh charges in. We can see Adovich and Barras back in his right back position. Was out last week. It's good to see he's returned back into the lineup. Avondale streaming forward early here. Palombi has nothing working out in that instance. But Mutari does get the nod up top. Number 14, Dion Mutari, is a quick foul. No foul. It's actually been played on. Olds play that back to Brian, who's under pressure. Just has to clear it forward. Touched by Epifano there. A little bit heavy, but they're able to retain possession here, North Sunshine Eagles. A nice little flick by Charvet. Ball over the top. Chase is on. Gibson gets first to it. Sends that one up. And the wind will take that back towards his goal. And that touch heavy there by Mutari. Now Epifano receives. Nice little one to Adovich. Playing central. Now Alabol here. Alabol with the effort. The deflection. And a big save. Ball stays in play. Calls for a penalty. And that one is just going to be a corner. Let's start to the game, Adam.
Well, judging by the way it's swirling here in Sunshine, Avondale kicking against the wind in this first half. There was cheers for a penalty, which may have gone silent. As the drums start, first corner of the match has gone in favour of tonight's hosts. Charvet to deliver. Lots of options immersing the 6-yard box towards the near post. Clearance was necessary. Trachevsky on that duty, motoring down the line. It's Falter right on broadcast side. Considering what we've seen so far in this year's New Balance Dockerty Cup, there have been sides in the Victorian Premier League 1 making headwaves, looking for a spot on the national stage, as well as competing for a domestic cup. To Juventus toppling current league leaders in the NPL of the Oakley Cannons. Sean Ellis rolling back the years to send a former rival, and of course while representing Heidelberg in the Cannons, out of the competition. This time last week in extra time via his head. While considering the playoff and restructure of the competition, South Melbourne, last year's winners, automatically into the Hahn Australia Cup. Calls for a playoff spot, which will be competed between FC Bulleen Lions and Brunswick Juventus come this time next week. Considering recent form in the Cup, Alex, for both sides, Avondale have to somewhat rebuke the form of North Sunshine, considering they were able to topple of their fellow VPL 1 fellas, if you will, or side, if you will, in that of Eltham, the Redbacks, in what was a hotly contested match. I should say fellow side in the VPL 1ers. Here is North Sunshine attacking again. 3-2 that contest, if not mistaken, or prior to tonight. As the official will sound his whistle. Epifano. They got down, but nonetheless it's offside. Form in these matches, Alex, especially cup knockout football, it's very important. Almost you have the league completely disregarded. You come into tonight and you think, from a North Sunshine perspective, we might not have an awful lot going for us at the moment in league format football, but in the cup we could be on the cusp of going national.
And that's got to play a big motivator for these players tonight. You mentioned that hasn't been their season. I mean, they're sitting in that relegation zone at the moment. Results as of recent weeks in the league for them, losing 1-0 to Langwarrin here for a late penalty, and then a 3-0 loss just on the previous weekend against North Geelong. You look at that and you think, well, they must be pretty deflated, but getting up for this tie, it's a different story. And Avondale will probably be very much aware of that, playing at Larissa Reserve, where they love to just cause upsets as well. And they've got the capability to do it. They could shock one or two. Definitely watching here tonight. I mean, nothing to be noted of just as yet in this tie, but Avondale just getting a spell of the ball might just settle their nerves a little bit too. As Gibson just taking that moment to assess his options. Sends it long. It's flicked on. Barras was there. And now sent forward. And Avondale again happy just to progress a slow, steady style. Ball over the top. Tennett's there to make sure. Ott retrieves. And Avondale have that opportunity to release that ball into the box. They're doing pretty well. Towns looks to play it to Flopman. Misplaced, misdirected, but not the problem. Ball in box. Still very cold. The grass very dewy, so that it will slip. Players will need to have their studs, I'm hoping, tonight here. Don't want to see players slip and sliding all over the field, but after last week's game that I witnessed, we've seen plenty of that happening. So, more or less, see what North Sunshine can do. It's going to be a challenge, which I'm sure they'll throw down the gauntlet at some stage during this one, as Alabol happy to meet that one with a block. Long ball down the line. Charvet retrieves. Olds. Epifano sends it wide to Alabol. He's able to just keep the ball. Charvet is screaming for it. Movement's on. He's got Eze on the switch. Goes central to Epifano. Epifano goes back to Olds and then sends it wide to Ruben De Silva. De Silva goes for a long ball deep towards Alabol. And there, great clearance. It's going to be a corner.
Taking the comfort of their home turf tonight. North Sunshine, second corner of the match forthcoming. Charvet orchestrating from a central area. Play Carpenter for Avondale, concedes the corner. Judging by how the ball had skid out of play, you might assume that the playing surface could play a factor in tonight's proceedings. Very quick surface. What can transpire from the corner? Plentiful options inside the centre again. Gibson's goal had to be immersed in red shirts as the ball swung in towards the back posts. Carpenter, you can't miss him. His fluorescent peroxide hair heads the ball out of play. Long throw in forthcoming. It's a real weapon across the competition for any side. As it's flicked in, it was Olds who had the initial header. Avondale have to scramble in retreat. Early signs, Alex, however, noticing a pattern. Both centre-backs from the home side, they can be really dangerous from set-piece opportunities when they're advancing further up the pitch.
They have been able to get a number of their goals throughout the season. That's their danger. They get those set plays. They do have the numbers and the size advantage to make them pay. It's Flotman happy to send that ball back. Gibson potentially trying to look for another clean sheet tonight, as he did last weekend against the Bentley Greens. And you can only imagine the options are between the two benches speaks volumes. We mentioned Bruno Fornaroli being an option if and when they do need to bring him on. As Epifano just losing out, be a throw in here for Avondale.
Back screen's throw. Georgia trying to peel away. Maiden Olds, long throw from Green. On the target inside the box. Clearance was necessary. And they bolt. Sends it away. Carpenter. I think a decent start to this game, although he's played the ball ahead of him. The slide tackle won't be applied. Breaking through. Alabol on a journey. Cutting into his left. Alabol shot charged down by Towns. Move still there for the hosts. A shot charged down. It was Charvet's effort. Gibson be happy to clear. Oh, bouncing a fair journey. Maiden Olds will restart the move. Well, Sunshine looking confident. They were lacklustre in their previous VPL 1 encounter, losing 3-0 to North Geelong away from home. I know that tonight could arguably be their season to play for. That's a great ball in behind, and a chance might open up. The cut back. Ball stemming from Julian Barris from right back. Alabol is being a menace right now. Avondale haven't contained him. Eze had the final touch inside the area. His shot blocked by Ute Towns, however. Eagles still looking to flock. Set piece opportunity. Avondale coaching staff certainly possessing a healthy fear of what could transpire here. Charvet, 45 out from goal, sends it in. Not reaching Tennant. Adovic. To chip it incisively for Eze. The quartet of home fans behind the Avondale goal. cheering for handball, certainly making their voice and presence felt. Barris. Wants movement, goes down the line. Adovic. Awkward juggle. Gibson will have a goal kick. So, a precarious start for Avondale. The hosts trying to find their rhythm. Have had the ascendancy.
Does definitely have that feeling of caginess at this very much stage. One player that leads to stand out to me, Adam, is the number 7 for North Sunshine, Khan Alabol. He's had 2 efforts on goal, one of which deflected and forced a big save from Gibson as well. So right now, Avondale, it's in your court. What can you do? What can you throw at to this home team of right now who's just building confidence by the second? It's a flick in by Ott. Under pressure. He just goes for a goal kick. Maybe a little bit of nerves for Avondale at this start. It's still early, but can say North Sunshine started a tad brighter. Had the corner, the 2 corners early on. Pressure started to build, at least at the very moment. Short goal kick taken. Long ball towards Eze. Misplayed. Now Towns. Bennett goes to Flopman. Now Carpenter. Goes down the line. Murai, who almost judged that to perfection. Bryan. You can hear the home side starting to get involved here. Eze. To Silva. Ooh, bad time to slip. I mentioned that earlier. Almost lost it out there. It was Eze. Covered though by Flopman. Avondale through Gibson. On to Bennett. Carpenter. Happy to be patient here. Avondale. North Sunshine just waiting for the moment to press and try and win this ball back. No. Patience may be the virtue here for the home side. Bennett takes it just close to Mutari, who is just sitting off at the moment. Patient ball movement by Avondale. Now it's on. Ball over the top. Carpenter's got in behind. He's got to be careful here, Barras. Gets to the ball. It's a matter of if it will stay in play, which is Alabol's job to do that. Just kept it in, but retrieved. Towns. Done well. Nice little touch to take him away. Bafano now on the chase. Flag was asked by Olds, but Sancho come away with the ball here. It's good cover by Towns. Again, getting a bit of confidence, North Sunshine.
Barras goes down the line. Carpenter still trying to get himself immersed in this contest. Just lost a couple of jewels. And the ball having his number for now. Drop of the shoulder from captain Patrick Flopman. Gibson will seek greener pastures for La Familia. As for their talisman on the bench, Bruno Fornaroli, it's been quite the maiden campaign across the Chanel Victoria NPL competition of this season. 13 goals in 15 starts. He's having a stellar campaign following his journey, having played in last season's Australia Championship campaign for Avondale.
Coco, long throw.
Although some speculation that it was only 4 the championship from October to December. He put pen to paper. Remained here in Avondale colours for this season as they have an opportunity to score. They're inside the box, a la familiar. Rolesmore, who had advanced, vacated some space in the process and had to backtrack the former cannon. Concedes a throw in. Silva, short with a throw. Charvet, lofting long. Ott, attempting to get in possession. Mirai, not around Charvet, who's gotten around two members of the Avondale midfield. Trachevsky, unable to provide a challenge. Throwing goes down the line. Wellsmore heads it away. Bennett does much the same. He'll have a second attempt. Centre back, Trachevsky. Oh, Trachevsky. Valentini in space. Tennant back to his keeper, Valentini. Pressed to no avail. Showcasing composure defensively. Tonight's hosts as Ruben de Silva heads out of play. .13th in the VPL1, only Port Melbourne reside below them. He dreaded last place 14th position. Still ample time to turn the campaign around, however. You'd assume a victory here tonight against a Victorian heavyweight of Avondale would surely give North Sunshine something to celebrate. The results have substance now at this stage of the season. And the football played so far has been fitting, rather cagey, as mentioned by Alex Stojanovski. However, the Travellers have slowly found their rhythm, found the way they want to play football. Ott's come deep. Valentini for Murai. Bennett. Flotman. Trachevsky, first time. Mute Downs. Carpenter. Shaping the left-footed delivery towards the back post. George Ott. Edge of the area. Ott shifting onto his right. Crossing. Not dealt with yet. Charvet flung a foot out. Eagles clear. Avondale to remain hot on their press. Carpenter. Looping ball to find Valentini. Flag goes up as Valentini's shot goes wide.
To answer your question earlier, Adam, about the cup set feeling, I guess the more the game goes on at 0-0, you can only think that the chance of North Sunshine pinching this game could be really on the cards. And I'd say the game plan as it is so far has worked a treat. That ball sent long by De Silva. It's brought down by Bennett. Now Wellsmore happy to again reset. Just hold this possession here. Murai was looking for it in behind, and that was given away by Carpenter. Utari could be the beneficiary of something here. Big challenge, and they're on here. They're out. Murai, who wanted the pass earlier, has now got it. Murai. It's Murai! Oh, just over the bar. That was the moment. He's just having a discussion with Carpenter about wanting the ball in behind, which we saw eventually did happen. That was definitely noted that Avondale's best chance in this game. Just got to be wary, the Eagles, not to get caught, sucked in too far up. So they will get caught in behind like they did there. It's Gibson assessing those options he has ahead. Goes long to Silva. Now Eze. Nice little touch. Charvet played that one wide to Epifano. Skipper for North Sunshine tonight. Formerly played at South Melbourne. So, North Sunshine happy to bring it slow. So they go central. Charvet. Nice little lead by Barras. But it was read well by Flopman. And Tennant had to mop up and be certain about that one. Watari trying to get it off as high the ground as he could. Unable to reach the ball. As Towns recovers it, sends it back to Gibson. Now, Flopman just happy to dictate the play. Carpenter gets the flick on. Tennant had to be alert. Great work by Mutari. He's been alert. He's pressed. He's got him behind here. The ball by Alabol was inch perfect. His hands on Mutari. Bennett did just enough to put him off balance, and now the chance is opening up for Avondale as George Ott is 1 versus 1. But Rory Bryan with a David Raya-esque grab to keep North Sunshine at 0-0. Ball over the top. North Sunshine look to counter themselves. Carnellabol, he's had a few shots tonight. This time he goes down on his right. Chips it towards the back. Bafano should get there first. Wellsmore is coming in, and then you got Max Green trying to block the cross. It was cleared out by Flopman. Touched by Trejcheski. Chips it just to put it in the path. Aiden Olds. Inch perfect tackle. Nadovic. Olds. Game just picked up a notch now. Seeing opportunities on both ends. Bryan looking to make an important intervention. Otherwise, Ott could have been beneficiary of the first goal tonight for Avondale.
Tempo has certainly upped. Both sides playing a free-flowing brand of football. Ott's first touch might have let him down on the scoring scenario. However, space had opened up. At the opposite end, it was poised for Khan Alibol, who is causing havoc on his right flank so far tonight. Both sets of managers on the touchline getting rather vocal. As Stefan Valentini has swapped flanks. It appears as if Max Green has been deployed on the right, Valentini on the left. Marai will continue to float. Valentini lofted, head of the way by Barras. Trejcheski was involved, however, his captain Flossman intervened. Nadovic getting on the ball. Space opening up for the Eagles on broadcast side. It's a nice touch taken by Barras. And the ball, a short option. Cross comes in. Carpenter. Oh, he was under a bit of pressure. Charvet. Diag ball was the idea. Nice switch has been found. Barras. Carpenter. Wins on that occasion. Valentini, pedestrian.
Coco! Oh my God.
Apologies for the brief pause in the broadcast, having some technical issues we've rectified. Avondale have been the side asking questions following what's been a decent start from North Sunshine. They had a corner. Carpenter had a crossing opportunity, which had gone in vain. He now has a throw-in. It appears as if Avondale have somewhat weathered the early storm and a brood from tonight's hosts.
They have done exactly that, as moments have ebbed and flowed, though could easily say the scoreline could have been in the favour of Avondale. Probably had the better chances. Murai and Ott was barrowing down on goal, but still no goal. That challenge, almost reckless, was avoided well. And it could have been an error there. Rory Bryant just got enough on it, and Alabol just picks up the scraps and sends it forward. So, moments in this match that start to unfold for the away side. They are creating enough at the moment, they're just not taking that one goal lead, which you probably could say in the balance of play easily could have been the case. Valentini, who went up, did get his head onto it. Grass will get the throw in for North Sunshine. Charvet, who feels like, I think Murai might have just slipped and collected Charvet, and most likely going to be the first booking. See a yellow card in the hands of the official. First yellow card. Murai, who, to be fair, looked like he just slipped there, Adam. What did you make of that one?
Nothing sinister. Murai was rather apologetic. Has gone into the book. And following such, there's been a brief timeout, if you will, makeshift. Well, Sunshine receiving instructions from their managerial staff. Charvet appears to be up on his feet, considering how he's moved so far tonight. Those watching and supporting the Eagles would certainly hope that he's okay. Brian thumps it long. Coast to coast and out of play. It's captain against captain momentarily. Nicholas Epifano and Patrick Flotman. They choose to compete for the same ball. Never fell into their path. Or at least an attainable one. Trachevsky. Flotman. Told to drive by his coaching staff. Ott flicks it up and high. Carpenter latches onto his own ball blade. Carpenter. Left footer. What about shooting on his right? Rolls towards his left instead. Trachevsky crosses in. Nice shape on the ball too. Green. Can't really do much with it. Flotman heads it forward. Nobody home. Transition might open up. Alibol. Epifano. Da Silva. Eze. It's late. It's careless. Home fans up in arms about it. Yellow card is issued. I believe it was out of Max Green, who's gone into the book. Well, Max Green was within the vicinity. It might have perhaps been Murphy Bennett that's gone to the book. Came from nowhere, had the centre-back to provide a crunching challenge. In doing so, the Eagles have a free kick. Nice shape in the delivery. George Ott heading towards his own goal. Up and over the crossbar now for yet another Eagles corner. A nervous look from the Avondale bench and coaching staff. An optimistic facial expression from the North Sunshine Eagles bench. Back post crowded. Silver's cross. It's been sent in. Up and high. The back post the target. Gibson got a palm away. Carpenter. As his clearance deflects off a red shirt. Which allows for Jack Gibson to restart things. So still 0-0. No clear-cut opportunity yet, Alex. However, both sides have certainly gotten rid of the nerves, if you will. The cup knockout nerves, and us playing a real attacking brand of football, but brand of football where they want something to happen.
Yeah, a lot at stake. That round of 32 and the semi-final clash for the New Balance Dockerty Cup is up here for stakes. Oh, and to be fair, right now, anyone's game. Seen, I guess, some questionable tackles from Avondale. 2 bookings already. Though, right now, that misclearance could cause some issues. It's Tennant right into Green, who got back up and unfortunately just took a right old bounce. Barras' clearance working out probably the way he planned it. Epifano had 3 to Marshall. Done well to find Alabol, who's also got 3 to take around, and he's done well. Alabol's done absolutely exceptional there. And now he's got Eze. Eze took a couple touches just to gather control, and he's played it nicely. Opportunity may open up, and a clearance to the rescue was the captain, Patrick Flotman. Another corner. It is heading up for the home side. See, just behind the North Sunshine goal. Drums, the fans, rallying the troops to try and find an opener potentially from this set play. We've got the timber of Olds in there, Hayden Tennant. Who will they find? It's gone all the way through and pissed everyone off. Pissed everyone indeed. What a chance. That could have ended up in the net. From a corner, that would have been unbelievable. Though you can see they're just surrounding Gibson. He's just rooted to the spot, just hoping and praying that didn't get into the back of the net. Trouble will probably be addressed at half time. The clock is ticking. And that ball, so cool under pressure. It's Gibson laying it to Flotman. Now, just broken a few strides. Towns. Flotman. Bennett. Just slips. It's not first. It worked out okay though. Charvet read that the best. Another tackle. Got to be wary here, Avondale. That time was Valentini. Went off his feet. Ruben De Silva just holding on to that ankle. Just a brief moment's pause, as now he does have some treatment on his way. Silva still on his haunches. I tell you, these challenges are full-blooded tonight, Adam. They have come in left, right and centre from Avondale. You can tell how much they want it. Just don't want to be overzealous and get yourself sent off. That's the only thing I will say. Ball comes in short. Now Brian just momentarily, we're down to 10. And that ball over the top where Gibson needs to be short. Does well. Looks like he will just shield that one out. And De Silva is back on.
The hosts having 4 corners. Avondale only the one so far. Possession rather even in accordance to sofa score. Valentini trading wings again. Loses out. Oh, and a slip from Bennett. Charvet. Down the left channel they go. Options inside the area. Home fans each time the ball's going to come in towards the area and bounce off a chest. They'll claim handball. Bifano. Adovic who went towards his centre back of Olds. Charvet rallying the troops despite not trapping the ball. Puts Avondale back in possession. Still searching for that definitive moment in the opening half. It's been glimpses, half opportunities, nothing clear cut yet. Oswald down the line, Valentini has a switch. It was Green presenting himself on the switch. Eze trying to break through. They had gone out of touch. De Silva getting the ball dry. Tari was gesturing for the ball. Does receive it. Eze charging past Towns. He's shot. Goes wide of Gibson. Liora Eze, well, dropping his shoulder. Running at pace past Ute Towns. Sensed a potential half opportunity. Which is all we've been in store for so far tonight. Jack Gibson. Slightly put off, I'm sure. We can hear it from up here. Couldn't imagine what it's like from down there. Oh, flicks it on. Mirai, nice touch. Towns. And 3 to get around in North Sunshine colours. The Eagles too well to compact the space. Carpenter. Flotman will call for calculation. Bennett back back to Gibson. Play Carpenter, encouraging his keeper to go quicker. Well, Sunshine settling back behind the ball. Gibson lofts it long, searching for Ott. Well defended again by Julian Barras, who's had a routine game. It's very awkward in the end for Rory Bryan. He'll take a goal kick. As I've gone to glance down at the match notes there, Alex Sojanovsky, the recent match moment that had transpired, it's all but confusing. As Bryan bounces off of Valentini's head, out for a throw. Half time not too far away.
I can tell you what I'm not confused about is my intrigue for this fixture as it continues to throw spanner in the works. It's still 0-0 here though. You just feel like North Sunshine just starting to edge themselves ahead here. It's a nice touch. It was inventive. Generally, players just slipping and sliding at moments in this one, which was Valentini. Now Mirai's trying to close it down and win the ball back. Ott was doing the same. But again, North Sunshine evading that press. Ball over the top to Mutari. A bit too heavy. Flotman having to recover and get the ball back. Osmore came central for that one. Gibson. A win there by Barras. Flag stays down. Here is Barras. Oh my lord! You've got to be kidding me! Unbelievable by Barras from absolute 30 yards out. And North Sunshine up for a absolute upset here today.
Wow! Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. It only appeared as if this half was going to have a bit of dead rubber, if you will. Both sides happy to head into the break on level terms. To rebuke that statement, had North Sunshine. It is... Only words can try to describe. I'm trying to find them. It is absolutely outrageous. The effort from nowhere, in red time, mind you. It is ridiculous. From a player who has been inspired in this contest so far. Barras, I don't think might strike it sweeter ever again in his career. Brilliant.
It was absolutely out of this world. And we do have 1 minute of added time, of which we can use pretty much all that minute to admire that finish. Unless Avondale can do something here. They don't have much time. Flotman is happy to just send it back to Gibson. Couldn't believe what we just saw here at Larissa Reserve. We spoke about Barras returning to the lineup, and what a way to return. Now Avondale trying to find a way to go forward and respond. But amazing work by Adamic defensively. Get that one clear, and that is going to be half time here at Larissa Reserve. We got met, which is by the home supporters now, and questions which will be Jonathan Germano having to respond, going to the sheds. 1-0 down here. Adam, take us through that first half. Unbelievable.
Well, you really got to give credit to the Eagles. They came here tonight with an intention of perhaps rectifying their 2026 campaign, and as it currently stands, have a 1-goal lead against last year's premiers of the NPL Victoria competition, being Avondale FC. Remarkable. Still a loss of words. Alex, what a goal. It might in fact be goal of round 7. There were some beauties scored across the last couple of weeks of cup football. However, I might even go a step further and say, in terms of the competition so far, it might just be up there, high on the top shelf. We will cross to half-time at Larissa Reserve. Julian Barras from fullback has unleashed his absolute inner Roberto Carlos, if you will. Struck truly. You won't find one sweeter than that. As we cross to half-time, it's North Sunshine Eagles 1, Avondale FC 0. We return from half-time. It looks as if Avondale are going to go right to their bench and have a look to flip this match's complexion on its head. The current NPL Victoria Men's Golden Boot leader of Bruno Fornaroli has joined Leon Alizart on the playing surface. 2 nights have been concluded. To get confirmation about who, but it looks as if Blake Carpenter has had his night complete. Max Green might be the second of the 2. So, intriguing changes from Seb Hermano as the Eagles kickstart the second half. They have a 1-goal lead, which was found right on the cusp of half-time. Perhaps goal of the tournament so far by Julian Barras. And in fact, Green is still on. It's Sietat Murai who's come off. So a different approach from Avondale. Fornaroli, first touch, shifts it wide for Valentini. Cross comes in. It's well kept by Rory Bryant. Inside his 6-yard zone of the 18. Olds has had a pretty decent night so far tonight. De Silva. Chave. Goes a Travella pass down broadcast wing. Nicely. Epifano. Ott crashing into Chave. Official awarding a free kick. So Alex Stodge. Well, Stojanovski more formally. Lots to be had and to be made of the first half, however. Almost felt rather fitting and on the balance of play that the hosts had hit the front.
Yeah, we're saying could have really gone either way, but the way it unfolded in the end of that first half, you could just sense something was brewing. Something for the home side to really grasp onto now. And I remember as kickoff, Adam, you mentioned about the cup set, and it really is now on for the North Sunshine Eagles. But one thing I will say, the firepower of Bruno Fornaroli, who's fresh off a hat-trick over the weekend. I'm sure he'll be hungry to get more today. Or maybe he'll get more. Could be a question of how will North Sunshine hold out for these first opening at least 15 minutes, Adam. I feel like if they can ride the waves for the first 15 and not concede, it could be a challenging period for Avondale. Long throw. Ozart is getting his early moments and he'll get himself tipped onto the floor for a free kick. Can he shout for Germano just to move the ball a bit quicker, which I guess if you're watching from home makes sense because time will be their enemy. Franceschi's dropped in to get involved. And Towns yelling, someone needs to be in there. Franceschi goes central. Wellsmore. Flag is up. And George Ott just breaking the line too early. Tennant to Bryan. A big up and under. Fornaroli stayed onside. And that reverse pass almost finding a way through until Aidan Olds intercepted. He's gone for a little bit of a venture forward. Now Chave. Eze. He's had a good first half. He's got a clip on the back of the ankle. And he's just holding onto it. Still down at the moment, Eze. The flag. Offside flag up. Not too pleased. Kutleshi, as he's asking the fourth official why the flag went up in the first place, as they believe that it was a Avondale player who got the last touch. Nonetheless, game does continue. That switch of play, which was read by Wellsmore quite well. And now Mutari getting involved. And Bennett has to get in behind to cover there. And well done by Dion Mutari to apply enough pressure to win a throw-in. You can see on the far side, madam, the crowd are absolutely loving it.
They are. They're enjoying this game so far. Chave. Epifano's cross. Never brought with genuine connection. It bounces over Fornaroli's head. It'll restart defensively. For Tennant. Brian, that could be risky. Truchevsky latches on. Has a chance here for Avondale. Truchevsky. And it was really impressive to win his own ball with some instinctive forward pressing. Had the composure to get around his man, however, the shot act everything but. As he blazed up and high and over the crossbar. Chave, lovely first time pass. De Silva was wide. Mutari couldn't wrestle away. And of the yellow card recipient, Murphy Bennett. A few souvenirs being handed out around Larissa Reserve. Match balls flying into properties and gardens nearby with these long clearances. There's a rather intimate setting. Nice build-up of fans, mind you, for a Tuesday night football match. Tucked in the northern side of Melbourne's suburbs. Nice healthy crowd battling the cold. Would mean the world to North Sunshine. They're half of the way there in terms of being on a national stage. Avondale want to reacquaint with that nationwide picture and won't go down without a fight. Max Green's long throw, forthcoming. Cannons off his arms, inside the box. Ott's header, the Scorpion. It's the idea from an, let's say, artistic Murphy Bennett. It's not every day you see that. Trying to release your inner 2017 Olivier Giroud or Henrik Mkhitaryan. You might as well when it comes there for you. Proposes itself. Don't mind to see it, especially from a neutral perspective. As a Chave. Tennant. Nobody home. Epifano cutting inside. Wellsmore went early over the top. It's a nice ball. And Valentini took a great first touch over the flag. Indicates offside for the second time tonight on Stefan Valentini.
Yeah, and then flag went up, but Bruno Fornaroli showing his displeasure. Won't repeat the words there, Adam, but North Sunshine, like I said, avoiding the waves of attack from Avondale. The ball down the line, won by Bennett. Towns. Eze did enough. Mutari came in. I must say, Mutari, in this fixture, his energy has sparked this side to life when they go forward. Fornaroli was marshalled by two. And now an opportunity for Avondale to find a leveller. It's Ott! It's 1-1! Max Green! Avondale have found a way back in this one. It was wave after wave of attacks for Avondale, and this time the unselfish play by George Ott to find Max Green, and Avondale level.
Brilliant hold-up play from the number 9. That's what he's usually tasked with. And of the Kiwi international, George Ott. Holds up the play nicely. Well, Max Green, I don't think will score a simpler goal this season, in stark contrast to the earlier goal we saw tonight from Barras. Avondale swiftly replying. It's expected of them. They've managed to reach expectations. Chave will release. The goal scorer crosses towards the back post, looking for an imminent response. Arnold Sunshine. Epifano had a volleying opportunity, which was never caught the way he intended. That could have been a very quick fire response at the other end. Olds lofts it long. Bennett heads away. Ott, lovely first touch off his knee. Valentini with the slide. The roar arrives from Ruben da Silva. Last touch coming off of Stefan Valentini. Seb Hermano had celebrated his 38th birthday only prior to today. From an Avondale perspective, you'd hope that his players can give him a late birthday present. Space opening up for Avondale. Trachevsky went with a very short, incisive pass. It was against the grain of the direction recent goal scorer Max Green was running towards. Towns building. Coming deeper in between both centre-backs to play the ball forward. Play held up. Barras does well. As the fullback, Khan Elebol has gone rather quiet. And a very loud introduction to this game. He was beating Blake Carpenter on many occasions in a one-on-one situation. It's been rather stifled so far in the early stages of the second half. Olds, Matari the target. Intricate passes from Eze not working out. He'll get it back again, Eze. Goes around Walsmore. Shifts on his right. Side does Eze. Trying to open things up. Has done well. Epifano moved out wide. Here's Barras. Cross comes in with shape. Matari really had to lunge, Alex, to try get a flick on. However, could never reach the ball that was hit in towards him with such venom. As a substitution is on the offing. To applause, Corentin Chave will jostle off. He's had quite a shift tonight, hasn't he? The holding midfielder. Certainly had a lot to do. As for the Eagles, they do make a change. Confirmation on the substitution. Mohamed El Hawli, former Altona Magic Soccer Club player. El Hawli, still representing a club that wears red, and being North Sunshine Eagles. Pass cut off defensively to Silva, and Eze trying to combine on broadcast side.
Yep, so North Sunshine, they've also forced themselves to make that change. Hawley, the number 24, has come on. You can sense Avondale just taking a steam ahead, and just before I say anything here, Alabol is one-on-one, and what a save by Gibson. The missed clearance though, just for the moment, hearts in mouths. This game just continuing to be wide open for chances in the second half. From a goal of the season contender to Avondale now getting themselves level, and chances flowing left, right and centre. Locked at 1-1. A challenge by Alabol, who just a brief moment ago had the opportunity to put his home side in the Eagles up 2-1 as Alabol plays that ball. Came off Trachevsky, still goes on. Towns, well, Wellsmore just happy to square it across. Flopman. It's turning into an absolute epic round 7 tie here. That ball over the top and that touch just evading George Ott. To Silva. Rory Bryant gets that one from Olds and sends it over the top again. It's been the danger man for North Sunshine. The number 7 in Alabol. It's being tugged. Alazar has come on. It's been tested early. Barras has been sensational. That ball cleared out just for the moment. And this effort, again, Alabol having the opportunity to let one fly. As North Sunshine sending waves forward themselves.
Might have coined Alabol in this second half for being a little bit, well, not bright in comparison to the first half, but he's certainly, since that being said, Alex, come to life. North Sunshine are within a genuine chance here. Many thought that it might have been easy pickings for La Familia tonight. Sunshine have made it completely the opposite of that statement. Wellsmore, not around Epifano. And away goes the captain, flicking behind for Matari. It's hit him on the shoulder. Towns. Wellsmore back up on his feet. Trachevsky's worked hard. He's worked tirelessly off the ball. Adam Olds will make sure possession comes to nothing for the visitors. The wind still in favour of the side shooting to the right. It was the hosts in the first half. It's Avondale in the second. Both goals coming from that part of the field. Flick on header from Adovic. Doesn't go too far. El Howley, I think, could clear as far as the captain. For Avondale and Aidenot. Olds, he goes back towards his keeper. Flopman, rather, back to his keeper. Gibson. Bennett for Gibson. Towns. Many moves have gone this way for Avondale so far tonight. The keeper this time distributes long and truly. Green could never latch on. It was a pass that got carried in the wind. Well, Sunshine's turn to play from the back. El Howley skips around Valentini. Eze released down the line in support to Silva. Eze around his marker. Matari was in the middle. Flopman had done what was required. Wellsmore off the ball with El Howley. Ott. Towns over the top. Valentini. The intention. El Howley having a routine game so far. As if he's tucking into a more right midfielder role. Floating in and out. Brian sits up in the wind for Fornaroli. His touch was heavy. Barris, man of the match so far. From my perspective, sends the ball forward. Matari made a contest of it. And the ball works it wide for Eze. Shifting onto his left. Chance for North Sunshine. The initial thought from the gantry might have been that he was going to shoot across the face of goal towards the left side of Jack Gibson. It was the right instead. The keeper's right, mind you, which Obiora Eze had shot towards. Fans situated on the clubhouse side of Leicester Reserve. Alex certainly thought that might have gone in, but hit the side netting.
It was nearing towards that near post. of Gibson. But again, chances flowing. North Sunshine, both left and right forwards, doing plenty of damage. Alabol, Eze, not shy to shoot. That ball stays in play. Alabol was on for it, but Bennett just happy to trot over and intercept. That clearance, very questionable by Gibson. Found Barras, who then shifted it central to Mutari. The cross eventually blocked out. And Hawley there does well. Stops Green from getting onto that. And Eze unable to beat Gibson to that one. We've seen only one change from North Sunshine, two from Avondale. They look to find a way back from going 1-0 down at half-time. They're halfway there. Aim locked at 1-1. And this game just continues to impress. I'm sure even the viewers at home. Those watching in the beautiful reserve today of Larissa. Now, Barras goes to Alabol, finds Eze. Ball over the top by Epifano. Mutari has the run on, and Gibson sends that one into the club rooms.
The fourth official starting to change his electronic board. Substitution in the offing for Avondale. Question mark as to who exactly will come on. It could require some more zap, more electricity from their flanks. Valentini, usual busy customer, hasn't been doing Stefan Valentini things tonight. Still time in this game for that to change as a deep ball from Elizart, the substitute. Over shot for Green. Barras throws it down the line. Ito Towns asking the official to, and I quote, "Come on, man," as he concedes the foul. Barras, lateral, his pass. Gibson, Olds, calling for things to calm down. There's a lovely first touch. Eagles moving with some flamboyance. De Silva, Eze, Olds. Tennant. Epifano. Eze drifting centrally. Al Howley. Matari will motor to get there. Despite the heavy first touch. De Silva, his cross. And their ball was at the bottom of the two Avondale players. Fornaroli will latch onto this, and Valentini's in an acre of space. Found by Bruno Fornaroli. Stefan Valentini for Avondale. Forces Rory Bryan into a routine save. Set with power. Keeper would not be beaten at his near post. Play was kept alive. Eze, now Howley, lets it roll back for his centre-back. Olds for Bryan. Makeshifts calm for the Eagles. So look as if they'll resort to the bench in their own right. Avondale sending some personnel for last-minute warm-ups. Valentini will get there first. The cutback. Ott's onto this. He's inside the area. He lunges for Trachevsky. Number 9 couldn't find him in the end. He was desperate to do so. Matari unlocked down the channel. No representation for North Sunshine. Matari got his shot away. Deflection was devious. And Gibson was reactionary. Corner, North Sunshine. It's a reflex save made in the end by Jack Gibson. Well, North Sunshine get a substitute on in time for the offensive corner. Hayden Cross will be coming on. Question mark as to who will come off remains. Can they refine the lead from this corner? Ott might have flicked it in. Doesn't matter who scored it. It matters who's in front. Adovic celebrates. It looked as if it come off George Ott, but Adovic will get the adulation. And North Sunshine notch themselves in front for the second time in this 7th round Newbarns Dockerty Cup clash. It was a teasing ball in, but we still have uncertainty as to who it might have been, Alex.
They can talk, and I'm sure anyone really could probably try and claim that one, but nonetheless, North Sunshine have a 2-1 lead here at Larissa Reserve. And I did call it a little bit earlier in this fixture. North Sunshine caused havoc in that box. Saw it in the first half, and this time it pays dividends. We do see a substitute now being lined up here for North Sunshine. It's going to be Hayden Cross, number 22, coming on. And Julian Barras, who hasn't had a whole lot of football in recent times, who's got an absolute wonder goal to his name today. And then Hayden Cross will move over to right back. And Avondale will need to go again. Trailing at 1-0. He got it back to 1-1 in this second half. And now North Sunshine just poked ahead again. However, we'll get credit to that one, Adam. It'll be a challenge of who will be getting that one, which I'm glad we don't have to make that decision.
Anybody.
Yep. Ball now back in Avondale's court. They'll have to respond. Eze. They couldn't go again, could they? Eze, he's got one in the face. And now, play goes on. As Hayden Olds stooped low with his chest to bring that one under. They've done well. Sunshine. Go back to Roy Bryan. Mutari has fought well all evening. Bennett goes across to Flotman. I had a look over to the bench earlier. I saw Mo was preparing to come on. He had the bib on at least. Then that was when it was at 1-1. Not sure. Jonathan Germano's thoughts. I'm sure he'll be disappointed with how they conceded. Nonetheless, Avondale will need to respond, and they'll need to find it soon. Time is ticking away. Ott is that man who could find it. It's gone all the way towards the back. Valentini keeps it in play. He had Green, decides to go through the centre. Green gets it back. Wellsmore. It goes all the way over. It'll be a goal kick.
Osmore's looked rather frustrated tonight in patches. Hasn't played a poor game by any metric, but certainly doesn't cut out of a happy figure at the moment. He's crossed towards the back post, which was not received by us. The expression that followed pretty much summed it up from the Avengers' perspective. Brian launches it long. Flottman won the header. Ots couldn't trap it. Al-Howley trying to run into some vacant space. Wants to keep possession and does so momentarily. It's well manufactured by Olds. Eze into some space. His first touch from Atari. It's a nice move from North Sunshine. Could they find another? Epifano. Elibol. Cross from Epifano, sits up in the wind. Adovic, fresh off some goal-scoring confidence. Couldn't leap high enough to register a header. El Haoui. Vonaroli, since coming on, hasn't had the moment to shine. You wonder if he'll receive it. Olds, back to Brian. Distribution from the keeper tonight has been rather sound. Matari's header into the path of Murphy Bennett. Olds couldn't find neither De Silva or Al Howley. Alizat, left flank for Avondale. Crosses with shape. Fornaroli was at the back posts. Trachevsky, edge of the area, has Wellsmore. Epifano only had a clearance. The pressure mounting. However, the mountain climb is still there. For last year's NPL men's premiers, slipping was Murphy Bennett. Playing the pass. Valentini, nobody home. Eze will chase. Gets around Wellsmore. Want to go back for more. Had Eze, who's had a sound game tonight, the number 8. Been able to infiltrate space, break lines, drift into wide areas. It's been rather impressive. Wellsmore off his chest into the path of Green. Fornaroli, Green inside the area. As many shots to get around Green. Flung with pace towards the back posts. Brian was beaten. Nobody arriving for Avondale as they look to make a duo of substitutions. Valentini and Green make way. Avondale provide 2 new attackers into the mix. Ayok Mao and Adam Zimmerino enter the fray. They have the fresh legs, Alex. They'll surely be influential in this contest if La Familia are to turn things around.
This, knowing now Germano has had to make those changes and try their very best to just impact this last few moments. Sunshine weren't able to stem the flow at the start of this second half. Worked hard after going 2-1 ahead. Made sure every shot and every cross has been met by a body. Trajewski sending that one long and deep. Cross meets the header, gets it clear. And Alabol just half cleared that. It's come off a body which looked like cross. And again, just happy to send it forward. Matari. North Sunshine looking to really hold on here. Mo, can he spark this game into life again? And deflect across. into open arms of Rory Bryan. I'm sure we'll try and take up all 8 seconds here. Olds. Such an insurance in the back, Aiden Olds. Almost, Adam, begs the question, if North Sunshine could have played like this majority of their league campaign, what could have transpired them to be in the league, sitting in 13th, as you mentioned earlier, in that relegation zone, but tonight playing like they are a Chanel NPL side, really.
Not to forget that last season they had bowed out of the VPL 1 playoffs, having finished in 6th place. It was Brunswick City who had got the job done against them to face Melbourne City's under 23s side. Ended up progressing into the Chanel NPL Victoria men's competition for season 26. Have got glimpses of brilliance to this side, and well, they've got a lot to play for tonight, hence playing as if their season depends on it. And the confidence they must exhibit following tonight, regardless of the result, which as it currently stands leads in their favour, and surely give them an extra spring in their step as they close in on the business end of the season in the VPL 1. We're promoted from VPL 2 only 2 seasons ago in 2024. That's when they last faced Avondale. It's in round 6 of the Dockerty Cup. Not familiar, winning 2-0. How they thought tonight would be much of the same. How it's been the complete opposite. From a neutral perspective, a fantastic game of football. Head of the way. Oh, and it was a questionable ricochet. Fornaroli and his ears prop up. Credit to the man in between the sticks and of Rory Bryan. He's been pretty sound. Hasn't had a real gleaming test, but his positioning has certainly forced Avondale players to shoot their efforts wide. Walsmore. Zimmerino dispossessed. Matari. Flag goes up for Epifano. Walsmore and Epifano will have a wrestle. Stalemate in that individual duel off the ball. Yellow cards for both Epifano and Walsmore. That somewhat alludes to and paints out to my previous point on Alman Walsmore this evening. He's a competitor. He wants to win. As it currently stands, his side aren't doing that. Hence the frustration. Bennett. Gibson. Flottman. Alizard. And the Bolt closing the space. The fullback off the bench goes back to his centre-back and captain of Flottman. Gibson. A few players stumbling upon taking out of a clearance, especially from those in white. Lofting with the header. Done well. Mao. Fornaroli. Almost playing a Jorginho-esque role at the moment. Fornaroli to distribute the ball wide. Alizard. Zimmerino. With swap flanks. Had a heavy touch. Avondale are not done from the bench yet. Another substitution in the offing. Had gone in the book early on in this clash. And the centre-back of Murphy Bennett, his night. It's all but finished. Marcus Fakranis comes on in his place. An offensive change from Seb Hermano.
Yep. Changes, of which all have been used. All 5 changes. Avondale showed their hand. Now it's on North Sunshine to respond in these stages of the second half. They're starting to just ramp up the tempo here. Fornaroli with a beautiful touch. Just let him down in the last. Wins it back though. Fornaroli And he gets a foul to the displeasure of Aidan Olds. This, Adam, is Fornaroli territory.
Given how he usually ends his training sessions with both set piece and finishing drills, he is in prime real estate here. A touch over 21 yards away from goal. This could be Avondale's best look yet at finding an equaliser. It's the man off the bench and current NPL men's top goal scorer of Bruno Fornaroli, who's sent Rory Bryan into panic organising his wall. Huge match moment on the cards.
Got one under the wall. Another 5. Rory Bryan is asking that wall just to shift to his left. What can Bruno Fornaroli do from here? Fornaroli! Just over the bar. Inches away from a leveller. And I'm sure the relief around the stadium with cheers after that shot just trailed over the crossbar.
It's twice now tonight for Avondale. You think back to Sitat Murai in the first half, once he shifted onto his right, the edge of the area, was aiming his effort only for the top right corner. It's exactly what Bruno Fornaroli was trying deep in this contest in the second half following that free kick. They've got the talent to Avondale. They've been inches from infiltrating that of Bryan's goal. Matari had a decent shift in his own right tonight, the number 14. Confronts Ott. El Howley off the bench has been a linchpin. Could be the flag staying down here. And he's gotten there, Ali Ball, and he still might have a chance to seal it. Cup set. You may just be witnessing at Larissa Reserve. North Sunshine Eagles have found what could be the decisive goal to stamp their tickets into the Final Four of the New Balance Dockerty Cup, and on a national stage into the round of 32 in the Hahn Australia Cup. Khan Alibol had that moment written in destiny, considering his form in this match tonight. You just knew, Alex, he was going to have a moment, and it couldn't have fallen more fortuitously for him if he had tried.
Yep. You knew as soon as that ball went over, Gibson ran off his line, had to get to it. Alibol, not on the first attempt, but on the second, was able to gather, and he gets a goal. And I'd say purely deserved. He has been a workhorse tonight. Him and Matari have worked their socks off. And now they're going up 3-1. And now, as you mentioned, Adam, the cup set really is on. I mean, after that first goal, I'd lost for words. And things just keep unravelling here at Larissa Reserve. Avondale facing elimination. Yes, you've heard that correct. Elimination from the New Balance Dockerty Cup. And North Sunshine, well, the mighty Eagles are not far away from soaring high. And there is one of those who's going to soar and climb that one. Great work by Rory Bryan again. Looks to release early. There's a... was there. Mo loses out. And again, Dion Mutari happy just to send the ball long and just put North Sunshine back. Defensively setting up in shape. That ball over the top to Ott. Did well. Steps around cross. Can they get one back? Fornaroli! There's one! Avondale have responded Hold your horses. We have another game. That is going to maybe go the distance, Adam.
Well, you can never speak too soon. And perhaps the diet might have been cast a little bit too early from one of us on the country, Alex, but once Ott had drifted away towards the byline, he awaited the movement of Bruno Fornaroli. Headlines simply write themselves. He comes off the bench to score. What's a real textbook finish from a talisman of Australian football, applying his trade now for Avondale in the National Premier League Victoria and New Balance Dockerty Cup. He fires in off the bench. And although it might have appeared to be goodnight Irene only moments ago, this contest is still alive and there will be 5 minutes of additional time. Buckle up. Avondale want to remain on the national stage. They're accustomed to it as a foundation member of the Australian Championship. That, however, starts again in October. The second stage on offer is the Hahn Australia Cup. Following recent NPL neighbours in Victoria and the noise they've made in the competition in its recent edition, there's no assumption or no darish take that Avondale would want to emulate much of the same. They trail by a goal. North Sunshine sitting second bottom of the VPL 1, a league below the NPL. Are a goal in front. They were leading by 2 only minutes ago. Comes down to this. Who has the bottle? Who has the character? Eze had a bounce back towards him. Avondale will not go out of this contest wondering. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at it. Walesmore off the switch. Oh, it's been influential. Cimarino, man marked and defended by Tennant. Home fans wanting the full-time whistle. Flotman. Poor delivery from the captain in truth. And Pifar, the counterpart captain, will clear. Gibson, time a hot commodity. Both sides exchanging possession aimlessly. Perhaps too scared to make a mistake. Other hosts. Alizart dispossessed. Eze will chase for a moment. Off the bench for Kranis. Trachevsky gets it back to number 6. Mao for Kranis. Every player bar the goalkeeper of Jack Gibson inside North Sunshine's defensive half of the pitch. Avondale register a corner. And look who's gone up. Jack Gibson has made a beeline for the 6-yard box at the opposite end. Could there be late drama at Larissa Reserve? Trachevsky's corner forthcoming. In swinging ball. Ott is at the back stick. Awkward for Brian, who claims and has earned a free kick. Avondale only have 2 minutes left to rectify the situation. Brian will soak up all the time he can. This could be one of the most famous victories witnessed from this club in all 35 years here at Larissa Reserve. Founded in the 70s, yet to feature on a national stage. Moments, minutes away. Can they manage them? Bit of confusion ensued. Rory Bryan had to be very careful with the way he read that situation. The whistles get louder. The official looks towards his watch. Eze may have cramp. Yute Towns lofts it down the line. Hacked away by Aidan Olds. For Kranis. Wellsmore. North Sunshine's ball. They want the whistle. They are itching for the whistle. And if it's to come, turn up your volume on your dial. The noise around here will be deafening. Olds told to receive the ball. He won't. Sent down the line. Bouncing ball. El Halwi heads it on. Free kick, North Sunshine. Epifano has been getting nippy in these later stages. The captain getting chirpy. Another glimpse from the officials' watch. This could be it. El Halwi looking for the left channel. It sits up in the wind for Matari, for Kranis. It's only given more territory forward for North Sunshine. They could be home and hosed. Eze taking all the time he can. Alibol can't hear his bench. Epifano. That will be that. North Sunshine Eagles, a club sitting at the bottom of the VPL 1 Premiership ladder, have told us they have progressed to the Final Four of the New Balance Dockerty Cup, and better yet, are going across the country in the Hahn Australia Cup round of 32. They've only gone and toppled last year's NPL premiers, Australian Championship Foundation Club members of Avondale FC in the process. Alex Dojanovsky. Scenes at Larissa Reserve.
Unbelievable. I can't tell you again how much I am lost for words. We've experienced an absolute theatre of dreams here at Larissa Reserve tonight. The scenes of despair for Avondale, but for the Eagles, they are soaring high, and as high as they can get to, which is at the moment around a 32, which is a maiden appearance for the club. It's just a night to celebrate, really. And imagine Tuesday night, I'm sure everyone's probably getting up, going to go to bed, and I don't know about these few here. They're going to be up drinking and enjoying this moment all at the same time. Adam, it's been a pleasure, an absolute treat of a game, and we get to enjoy it. Well, I'll let you take it here, mate. I'm absolutely lost for words.
Well, if you look at the middle right of your screen, well, Sunshine are holding up the round of 32 qualifier. Many might not believe it. The odds were stacked against them, but they will rejoice in going into the round of 32 in the Hahn Australia Cup and the Final Four of the New Balance Dockerty Cup. Yes, you see that right. North Sunshine Eagles prevail. 3-2 the final score against Avondale FC. The party will go long into the night. And that will be us wrapped up on the Football Victoria YouTube channel. Alex Dojanovsky and Adam Palombi signing off. It is an absolute honour to call matches of this magnitude deep in out of the Victorian season, whether it's New Balance Dockerty Cup or NPL Victoria matches. We appreciate your company on this Tuesday night. It is North Sunshine Eagles who prevail into the Final Four of this year's New Balance Dockerty Cup. Next Tuesday, the playoff between FC Bullion Lions and Brunswick Juventus will decide who makes up all Final Four competitors in this year's edition. Until then, NPL returns on the weekend. Be sure to tune in across the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. Thank you for your coverage. Thank you for joining us, and good night. Cup set, cup set, cup set.